There he is. So, quick intro. I'm gonna maybe give another 30 seconds, but first of all, thank you. You're a rock star. You're a mensch. You're killing it in so many fronts. I can't wait to get into it and talk a little backstory. I want to get a little bit, just a little taste of the origin story of Aaron Dalla Villa. Because you, my friend, you walked on set that day. First of all, you came out of nowhere. It was like mystery man out of the mist. The mist clears, in walks Aaron, and it was just like, I don't know who that guy is, but we're giving him a lot of lines.
Yeah, that was funny, man. When I got on set, I didn't know what I was in for because I got booked the night before because I knew the sound guy. Someone reached out to me, and I was like, "All right, let's roll."
It was crazy. It was crazy. Some of the casting was so last minute. It was kind of crazy. Like we had a shooting day, and that day, just quick background. Sorry, my name is Jerry Topitzer. I'm a creator, writer, and one of the actors in UPCODE, which is a story about a brilliant doctor who's facing off against an evil insurance company and trying to do whatever he can to save his practice and is considering even medical fraud. And so a big part of the series is the evil insurance company and all the just the douchey bros and the evil people that populate that insurance company. And that's where Aaron comes in. That's where my man came in. So in the
Douchey bro for the win, man.
So good, so good. So I'm hoping a lot of people who are watching now might have caught the first episode, which dropped a couple weeks back. We've now released 3 episodes. Aaron is heavily featured in episode 1. He's one of the key evil insurance bros. And as we were just talking about, we did some of this casting last minute because we needed a table. We needed like a boardroom full of like 8 people, and each had to do like just some crazy stuff. I mean, it's camera up, and you guys are betting on whether some poor little kid is gonna make enough money on his GoFundMe page to raise enough money for his insulin. It's awful. I mean, it's horrible stuff. And we threw you guys right in it, and you, my friend, crushed it.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I don't know what that says about me, but thank you.
It says
acting,
a lot.
Guys. It's acting.
It's acting. No, totally. But that's the thing. I mean, that's a great acting lesson, man. You were just ready to go. You were ready to walk in, and you were like, "Let's play." Where does that come from? Where does that?
Part of the job, man. You know,
Yeah.
It's like show up and get ready to go down. You know, have ideas about your role and stuff, but be open to wherever. You know, because there's so many moving parts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and also, especially something like that, where you're asked to take some big swings as an actor, like you're asked to kind of make something, that's a little edgy, funny, and that's a tall order to just walk in and do. So yeah, that's a big deal that you were just able to walk in and do. Just like you said, that we had the sound guy who we knew. He was the one who put us in touch with you, and it was just like, what a random connection. Rich was our sound guy.
Baldemaro, yeah, good dude.
Very good dude. So can I ask you a little bit of the origin story, where you came from, where you got your kind of your training and stuff? Can we dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I come from Virginia, the land of Suffolk, Virginia. It's this know-nothing kind of town, whatever. I studied at the Governor's School for the Arts. I'm a professionally trained ballet dancer.
Okay, stop. Just stop right there. So in addition to, for anybody who doesn't know, not only is this a talented actor, he's a great, incredible recording artist. So everyone needs to check out his recording, his stuff. I mean, it's amazing. Now you're telling me you're a trained classical dancer as well.
Yeah, trained ballet dancer. I danced for like 13 years. I went pro when I was 18. I danced with several companies from there. I guested as a principal and a soloist before I got into acting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything from dancing you were able to pull from to
100%. The choreography in dance lends itself to camera really well because, you sell a story on camera through pictures. It's a picture medium. So the looks and the choreography like that, like on this line, I'm going to look over here. The camera's over here. I'm going to give it this so that you give the editor space to do their work.
That's really cool. So I'm more trained from kind of more classical acting background. And so that's a very unique take and very cool idea of of acting, be able to kind of have that awareness of camera and be able to kind of project a little bit in that direction, knowing you got to hit your mark, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is so cool. So 13 years you were doing that. That's so cool, man. That's awesome. And then, so then what led to the transition into acting and?
I had a small injury. I sprained my ankle, I think. Wasn't even in the studio. I hopped over a turnstile in Chicago and I sprained my ankle for trying to cheat the system. And I got off, I know, I got
That's
offered a
amazing.
contract to dance with this company right after I sprained it. This company that I really wanted to dance for, which has now since folded,
Mm.
unfortunately. It's a phenomenal company. And I said, what do I do? I came home. I was really upset. I was living with a roommate at the time in Chicago, just basically a mattress in the middle of the room, like, living out of a suitcase. And I was like, well, screw it. I'll act. As I hopped on Craigslist and I found my first acting job, which was a crappy dinner theater show. We have like 10 people in the audience or so. The reviews were terrible, but from that led to an agent in Chicago, and then led to being scouted by a manager in New York, and then moved to New York, and the rest is history, man.
That's awesome. That's such a great story, man. That is awesome.
Just keep fighting no matter what happens. Just keep fighting no matter what.
That is awesome. So your manager just saw you doing this kind of bad dinner theater and just said, all right, he's the one bright spot. I want to pluck him out, or?
He didn't even see. It was actually someone from the cast of the dinner theater show who was like, yo, who are you? You need an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Let me help you. And then they helped me and they hooked me up, and that led to my first movie in Chicago. And this manager actually scouted me off my website.
Wow.
He found my website. Yeah.
Very cool.
I think he actually found my pictures on Model Mayhem, but that's another story. Yeah. I was like thinking I was a model, a 5'7" model and stuff, but I'd only get into situations where people wanted me to wear like underwear, and yeah.
Well, there are worse problems to have, my friend.
Yeah.
There's not a big line of people asking me to, like, take pictures of me in my underwear. So, I think you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome.
Thanks.
And then tell me about the music. When did that come into the picture?
Yeah. I've always been a fan of rap music. I've always been a fan of music. I've always had a musical mind. Actually, before I got into dance at the Governor's School for the Arts, I was in music. So I played the tenor saxophone. And I got into jazz band. And, I was really seriously considering that. And then I moved into Governor's School for the Arts for that. And I auditioned for both dance, and I auditioned for music. And I was much smaller than I am at the time, and I got into both departments. The word on the street is that I got into both departments, but they were concerned of how small I was, how I would do in dance. But I did a semester of the music, and I said, guys, I'm really unhappy here. I said, can we do it? And then the lady was like, you sure you're going to be able to lift those girls? And I said, you watch me. So
come on, you're dealing with Aaron here. Come on,
bro. That's what they do, man. Everyone they count you out, they ignore you until something pops off, and all of a sudden everyone loves you.
Yeah. But you just keep rolling along. Keep
rolling,
on
man.
fighting.
Never give up. You just keep going.
That
like
awesome.
the kid with the GoFundMe.
That's right.
Keep going. He should keep going.
Of course, yeah. That's amazing. So. And then tell me about how you got into actually recording and as you got more and more. It's one thing to kind of be into it and play around with it, but you went a whole nother step and a whole nother level. You got stuff on on iTunes and on Spotify, and your stuff's really trending now, and you got on like serious playlists. Tell people, by the way, where to find your stuff. Can you just kind of
word. If you guys want to see any of my movies, just go on my IMDb, look up Aaron Dalla Villa. I got 2 movies on Hulu right now. I've been in a host of TV shows as well. I got several movies coming out that we'll talk about. But for music-wise, you can go on Spotify, look up Dalla Villa. My best song so far, in my opinion, is Demon Killer. The music has had to take a backseat right now because of acting. But, it was COVID, actually, that kind of hit. I was sitting on all these raps, and COVID hit. And, I transitioned from on-camera acting more into voiceover world, which I'm glad I did. Now I have a booth and stuff, so I can literally make my own songs professionally at home and then just ship them to my engineer, just, craft something. So, it was COVID that I was like, all right, it's finally, I got to put this out into the world, not care what people think about a white rapper or that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm glad I did. I'm glad I put it out because now Demon Killer's been on some huge playlists, man. It's really awesome.
Yeah. Demon Killer's great. It's just a crazy, crazy great jam. So check
Thank
it
you.
out. Demon
Thank you.
Killer, Dalla Villa, multi-talented man right here. So just a couple, so you got into these program both for dance and for music pretty much. And so you could have gone either way. And then now you're in acting and now you're a recording artist. Like what's going on? There's too many talents. Like leave a little bit for the rest of us, my friend.
Well, I think, thanks, man. But I think the biggest thing for me now is time management and figuring out, when I'm committed to something to see that through and be fully committed to it. So acting has always been, right now in my career, that's the main focus. But I like to keep the song things coming out. What's cool is that the moment I started putting the song things out, that started attracting more opportunities, and I was able to kind of bridge both of them together. So I have a movie coming out. It just premiered at Seattle International Film Festival where I play a white rapper. He's kind of this ridiculous character, and I wrote 2 songs for the character, and it's in the movie. So
that's awesome.
I have a movie, a legit, movie opposite a Game of Thrones star.
Wow.
Who literally where 2 of my songs are in the movie. So I'm waiting to drop those as soon as the movie comes out, and then my documentary, which is almost done, which then we'll be approaching sales agents for. I wrote another song for that, and we shot a music video. It's gonna be wild. People are gonna think I'm a madman. That they already do. That they have to put me in an asylum or something.
But that's awesome. That's incredible. So Seattle International Film Festival was an amazing festival. That's a big deal. You guys got into that. That's awesome. Congrats. That's really, really awesome. And I caught there's a little bit of the clips online. Your character's great. It's so great. It's like
he's wild, man.
Yeah.
Dude, literally, it's one of my favorite roles I've played. You know what I mean? Like
Tiny Hammer, I think is
Tiny Hammer,
Oh,
man. Tiny
so
Hammer, dude. He's a
so
lovable idiot. He's just an idiot, but he's kind of brilliant in his own sense because he forged this music style that really took to people.
Yeah.
But then again, he thinks that most of his fans are super high, so he doesn't know if it really works, but whatever.
That's amazing.
It brought him millions of dollars, so whatever.
Right. And is that going to get a release? Is that going to get a wider release?
Oh, yeah. They're trying to sell. It's a $2 million movie, and I think they're trying to sell it right now. I'm not really a producer on it, so I don't know the ins and outs. As an actor, you'll do something and then hope people get to see it. It's out in the world. Like, what else can I see you in? Well, we're waiting. So
right. 2 years later,
Right. Exactly. Yeah, movies do take about 2 years. So hopefully we'll have a sale on it by the end of this year.
That's awesome. Well, fingers crossed. Keep us all posted. I can't wait to see that one. That's that character looked just awesome.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's gonna bring the comedy, some of my comedy, because right now people know me as a crazy serial killer, but there's comedy in UPCODE as well. So
big time.
I think people see that there's a lot of stuff out there, Comedy Central skit I did and all that stuff. So
yeah. I mean, you had to take some big comedic swings in UPCODE. Like I said, you're there, and you got to play this totally kind of douchey comedic role, and it's extreme. Like it's totally extreme, as we said. So you nailed it. But yeah, so UPCODE, again, for anybody who's joining late or doesn't know, it's again about a brilliant doctor who's effectively going to war against his insurance company and trying to save his practice because the walls are kind of closing in on him. The insurance companies are stringing him along, and he's really up against the wall, and he's desperate. And this one insurance company is just kind of really toying with him. And Aaron plays one of the evil guys in that insurance.
Get nuts.
Exactly. What was great is we talked a little bit about this on set. The roles were all written as insurance guy 1, insurance guy 2,
right.
Insurance guy 3. But as soon as we got you guys all around the table, first of all, we needed everybody to come in and have a distinct character, which you guys all did, and especially you. And we realized, oh no, these guys, we need to have these guys back. This is all too good. This is all just too good. So we immediately gave you all real names, scratched out the insurance guy one thing. And there's a great line that, Alice, the evil insurance exec, is, she's kind of comes in and takes over the room, as people will see. And she's kind of toying with people, and she calls you Nugget Nuts at one point. So we immediately, I think, named you like Chaz Nugget Nuts Wilson or something. We made sure to, yeah.
Perfect. It's gonna be UPCODE season 2, the return of Nugget Nuts.
Exactly. You'll have your own spinoff. Totally warranted. Uh, so that's pretty amazing. You got through quarantine by pretty much launching a recording artist career. Is that what I'm getting?
Just making shit, bro.
That's amazing. And you've got great videos too that go along with your songs, which are really fun. I don't think there's any question about your
I got
comedic
some
chops.
stuff like D20.
Tell people where they can find some of this stuff, because it's so much fun. It's just
go on my I have a YouTube if you want to see my music as well. If you want to see some music videos, D20's got over 20,000 views right now, and that's in conjunction with a movie that I do have coming out. I do have word on distribution on that. I can't say anything yet. We're waiting for the ink to dry, but I know that movie is going to a festival. I can't announce it yet, but I should be able to July 15th. And that one's called Alpha Rift, and I'll be opposite Lance Henriksen. He's best known for Alien, and he's just a genre legend. So it was really cool working opposite him. So that's my next, and I'm the lead in that one. So that's the next one to come out.
Awesome. Well, keep us all posted, man. So how lucky did we get?
I'm a social media whore, that stuff. So
it's the only way.
Promoter, man.
It's the only way. This is what I'm learning very slowly. Is like, if you're not shameless, it's like, nothing gets seen. It's crazy.
Right? Because you're fighting so much content. There's so much content out there that you're fighting for it, unless you have big names behind you or originals and stuff to help push it. I mean, the budgets that go into marketing alone are sometimes as big as the movie,
which is insane. It's insane. So this is another reason why I just cannot wait for everyone to see UPCODE and see your work, but also the work of the whole cast, because you touched on it, that we have no big names attached to UPCODE. It's a bunch of, I think, super, super talented actors like you, but top to bottom, just kind of stacked, very, very talented folks who are all just hardworking, very talented actors who are just making it happen. And that's just one of the biggest reasons I want UPCODE to be picked up. I want to make, a full 12 season, slate, because I just want everyone to get to know this talented crew of actors, because it's just stacked. I mean, just look at that room, right? That room of folks, right? That you got to work in. I felt like we threw you all together and everyone was just like top to bottom crushing it.
Yeah, and I definitely I want your series to get picked up. For you, man, I know how much work you've put into it, not just as an actor, but also as the producer and creator of the show. I want you to be successful in this endeavor. So
thank you, man. Thank you very much. And if there's anyone out there, see Cameron, Jade is on. Anybody who has any questions, just fire it in. We can answer some questions. We've got Aaron for a few more minutes. We can. Jade is in there. Oh, look at that. We got a hand raised.
Yeah,
go for
it. Jade. What's up, Jade?
No, thank you. Yeah. And I think there's also, I really wanted to work for all the selfish reasons, but also because I think there's a message in the show that is really important. We really wanted to highlight kind of the unfairness in the healthcare system, and how much, healthcare workers all get squeezed. A lot of folks go into the profession, just to kind of help people. And you realize very quickly that the folks that have all the power really are mostly in the insurance companies and the largest corporations, and they hold all the money, and they're the ones deciding whether they're going to pay your claim as a patient or pay the doctor for your claim. And all that power is just really creating a lot of problems. And that's something we wanted to shine a spotlight on, and somehow do that as a comedy. And I don't know.
I think he nailed it. Like UPCODE was an education for me. When I started watching it, I was like, oh shit, they do this?
Yeah.
It's so messed up.
Yeah. And so we had,
The system is broken, man.
yeah, and we had doctors, we had medical coding experts, we had nurse practitioners all consult on the project. We had an insider who knew kind of the back room dealings of how insurance companies work. We had all this research to help inform the reality of it, and then we just layered all the comedy on top, and we just figured get them in with the comedy, and they'll understand. They'll just get it, as they learn more, and hopefully fall in love with all these crazy characters. Because like you said, they're all crazy, but hopefully there's a little bit of a lovable nature to everybody because they are human beings, right? So
yeah. I do have all those elements.
so now you are also a busy man. You said you got some auditions and stuff going on. You're shooting, is that right?
Yeah, I haven't stopped moving, bro. I'm exhausted after this email, after this interview. I'm literally this Q&A. I'm gonna take a nap, man, because I just did 2 weeks workshopping this new show that I can't talk about. There's a lot of stuff I can't talk about.
No, it's the nature of the business. Yeah,
it's the business, and I'm workshopping this new show downtown. It's gonna be in the financial district. I'm shooting a Star Wars fan film with the director of Alpha Rift this Saturday and Sunday, so I'll be taking a bus out of town in a couple
nice.
hours.
Wow.
And I haven't stopped moving since COVID. Like, I haven't stopped moving, so
Good for you, man.
Auditioning nonstop, which is a good blessing to have. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm not complaining, but you know how auditions go. You'll do an audition, yeah, it was great. You'll never hear back. That's just the nature of the business. So I think it's really smart that you're creating your own work. I believe in that being the best way to move forward in the industry is creating your own work.
Yeah, 100%. So any advice to kind of young actors coming up? Because again, you kind of rocked up on set and you were making strong choices right out of the gate. Any advice to folks, coming in, breaking into the industry?
Yeah, you want to be fun to play with. Showing up on set, making strong choices, be really involved. My biggest advice is learn how to act. It just seems so obvious, but I think we get wrapped up in this, be a social media star or whatever and stuff. At the end of the day, they're going to need someone who's going to act, because otherwise, if the acting's not good, they're not going to watch the show. Mm-hmm. So learn the craft of acting, understand the nature of the business. I mean, most people are famous because their mom or dad or their connections to producers, Hollywood, they're born into it. Or maybe you're on the outside and you just got to keep grinding and hustling until you get your shot. So treat every audition, no matter big or small, no matter how much they're paying you, give it your all.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good advice. Pretty good advice. Well, I know you got to hop, and you need to actually sleep, for a little bit before you.
I don't know. What's sleep? I have no idea.
But man, I really appreciate you making the time, especially when you're slammed in between shooting and auditions and all this crazy stuff. But man, I really appreciate it, and thank you for all your support of UPCODE. Everyone out there, please watch this talented man. Watch UPCODE. It's on YouTube right now. Just check out, if you just go into YouTube, type in UPCODE series, or hit the link in bio on the UPCODE series on this account. Follow this account. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to Dalla Villa, to Aaron's YouTube channel and all his stuff. Ooh. Hit all of his stuff on Spotify. Please keep an eye out for Alpha Rift and all the great work that he's doing. And anybody, I'm sure everyone here is already following you on Instagram. But if you're not, definitely follow this man. He is as entertaining on social media as he is on set. So definitely follow this very hyper talented, multi-hyphenate rock star.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me in your show, man.
It was our pleasure, man. You hit it out of the park, and so let's go make more.
Let's do it. Nugget nuts.
Nugget nuts. You're the man. Thanks, everyone. Watch UPCODE. Watch UPCODE on YouTube, and let's do this again sometime, man. This is a blast, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining.